pet owners can often be quick to look at the diet as being the way to treat allergies and things, which is important and can help, and certainly omega fatty acids can help dull down that inflammatory effect. Food allergies, a true food allergy only accounts for about 5% of itchy skin in dogs. So it's other things, it's our environmental factors. So there's a condition called atopy where they get affected by pollens and dust. So it's a bit like us getting hay fever. That's far more common in dogs as well than food. Don't get me wrong, food can have an impact, and it's very important that you have a good diet for your food. It's just that it's not going to fix it. It's not going to cure it by changing their diet. You're not going to stop it. If you were going to look at modifying your dog's diet, what I would do is I would choose a novel protein, and we often put dogs on an elimination diet as a test because there's no actual really scientifically proven blood tests or anything like that to say that this is an allergy to beef or this is an allergy to chicken. The best way to do it is just to do an elimination test, which sounds simple, but it's actually very difficult to do that because you have to ensure that your pet does not get the slightest little trace of any other common protein. So you want to choose a protein. One of my favorites is crocodile. You can get products that have got crocodile and tapioca in them, so it's got a novel protein source that they probably haven't been exposed to, and like normal pet foods are not going to have crocodile in them. If you're going to use shampoos on your dogs particularly, just make sure that you go for a shampoo that has a neutral pH. Some of them can have quite basic pH, so if you're using a human, like a dandruff shampoo or something like that, some of them are can be quite irritant because they've got quite a basic compound in them, so we need to be more towards the neutral spectrum. And the other comment about shampoos is that when you're using them, just ensure that you really, really rinse them off well. So after you've bathed them with the shampoo, because if you leave remnants of the shampoo on the skin, it can dry the skin out and make them itchy. And then you can add like an aloe vera or an oatmeal conditioner afterwards. If your pet is really got a strong itch, or they're tearing themselves to pieces, particularly on their feet, or if their ears are a bit smelly, then it may be that they've got a yeast infection. And so if you don't, the yeast infection naturally comes when the skin is irritated. So often what we want to do is we want to try and fix the reason why their immune system is being stimulated by whatever the irritant is. Could be a contact irritant, and like that wandering trad plant is one of the worst things that we get a lot of up in the Dandenong Ranges. Very, very irritant on dog skin. Or it could be pollens and dust, for even heating vents. Even if you've got an indoor dog or cat, they can get allergens from dust coming through a ducted heating vent. But if there's a secondary yeast infection, you need to treat both. You need to try and stop the underlying cause and also treat the yeast infection.